morning and welcome to our One Yard Wednesday show. Good morning, everybody. We're so happy to have you here with us. I'm Jody, your host, and we have our amazing producer, Mr. GP. Say hello.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to One Year Wednesday.
Welcome. I saw a bunch of comments about weather, so it is snowing right now again, if you are feeling jealous for us.
I can't even go snowboarding.
I know, because it's not a good snow. It's a wet snow.
Mm-hmm.
The prices and the products will be live after the show, so sit back, relax, enjoy the show. You don't have to worry about rushing over there. I promise they will be there when we get done. And let's talk about our quilts on set. Behind me is Crystal, and I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about this one and the one behind Mr. GP when we get to our fabric. We've got Jackie. Love Jackie. These are all from the Stripology Mixology books, so we'll talk much more detail about that once we show the fabrics. And I have a question. So I decided to have a question that was not related to sewing today. I kind of try to mix it up. So my question to you is, what is your favorite genre of books? Mr. GP?
Audiobooks? Does that count?
I'm a huge reader, been a huge reader forever, but I have switched to doing audiobooks because that is the only way I get things done. And it's the only way I get to read nowadays is to listen to them. But I love true crime, mysteries, anything like that I can listen to all day long.
Totally. I need to get back into reading. I could be better about that.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do enjoy a really good quilting book. And two of my favorite quilting books are Patience Griffin and Anne Hazelwood. So if you guys get a chance to check them out, they're really good. And they always have some quilting mystery involved in that. And we're going to get right to the fabric because it is super fun. And I'm really, really excited to show you my project that I worked on. So our fabrics this week are Phosphor by Libs, Elliot for Andover Fabrics. And she always has really fun, bold colors. And so we have a lot of that for you today. So let's go ahead and go to the overhead. All right, our first fabric is an electric blue, and I actually forgot to write this down. So it's Phosphor Orbit. She always has really fun names for her actual fabric. So this is like a blue, but like I would say like a cobalt blue or a electric blue. That's why I called it electric blue. And then the next one I have is more of like an aqua called Phosphor Aurora. I'm sure I said that wrong. And so this is a green, but it has more of like a teal look to it. These are basic, but don't be, when I show you the project, you'll see that you can make this an actual like feature fabric. Let me just move this over a little bit here. And then the next one is...
You want to show that blue a little more?
Yeah. You guys, I have to tell you a secret because this is why I can't see what I'm doing. I have a big sign over my screen so I don't look at the screen. So bear with me. Okay, so my next one is a blue. And I ordered these in order so that you can see that you can kind of do a dark, medium, and light. So this is called Electric. It's a lighter blue, but still has a really bright, bright color to it. Now we're moving into the pinks. So this one is called Rocket. So it's a very bright, hot pink, but it has a little more red to it. I have a purple. So this one is more of like my medium. It's called Galaxy. So there's some texture in these fabrics too, so you can kind of see there's a little bit of light and dark purple in there. And then I have more of like a pink I would say like a baby pink. It's more pink than this one. So I think this is more of my light color. So it's called Glow. And then I have the oranges. So this one is called Blaze, and it has, again, it's more of an orange. It doesn't have a lot of yellow in this one. And then we're moving to the medium, which is more yellow. So this is called Signal, which makes sense. It looks like the yellow in the traffic light signal. And then my light is more yellow. So you can kind of see the colors transitioning from light to dark. So we call this neon, or we don't call it, Libs calls it. And then the next one we have is our green. So we're moving on to green. This is a very, very bright green, and it's called Alien, which don't you think is very fitting?
That's perfect.
Yeah. And then we have our medium green, which feels more like a lime. So this one actually is adding a little more of the yellow to it to give you that kind of limey color. Borealis. And our last one is Day Glow. So it goes, it looks so pretty on the screen. And this is our lightest yellow, but has that green. So you can kind of see how when they're next to each other, they play off of each other. So you're seeing more of that green in there.
Got a question for you.
Yeah. They are textured. So there's just a little bit of a texture to it. I don't know if this is the greatest. You can kind of see that a little bit. You can kind of see a little texture in there. It will read like a solid, but it does have texture. So it's going to give your project some movement when you use it. And I wanted to give you some options for backgrounds, borders, accent fabric. And these, just so you know, are not on the actual One Yard Wednesday sale. So these are regular price, but I still wanted to give you some options for that. So this canvas whitewash would be a great background for the project, and you'll see what I mean when I pull the project down. The other one is this Lineage Offline Nancy. So it's a dark black with a little bit of color in it. And so it's really going to pull all of these colors together when you use this in a background. You can use it for border, binding, anything like that. And then I kind of pulled in this Fizz Punch because I love it so much. And that one is multicolored rainbow. So you're going to get all of the different colors when you use this as a background or border, any of those things. And then I had to go with the classic grunge black dress, which is really a dark black. So it's really going to make these colors pop out when you use it. So I'm going to have you guys take a look, but I'm going to pull the project so you can kind of see what's going on. Here. So this is out of Stripology Mixology, and it's called, if I ever get it down, there we go. Okay, so this is called Camilla, and I use the Lineage as the background, and then I used all of the different colors, but I color blocked it. So you can see that I went from light to dark, which is how I kind of showed you guys how the fabric is laid out. And you could do two things with your layout. You can do it like I did, which is take the different colors and put them in a block, because this is an entire block right here. Or you can take all your blues and put them in the block. So you would have all your blues, all your purple, pinks, oranges, and green. So this is called Camilla. It's out of the Stripology Mixology book. And if you want to go to the overhead again, I'll show you. So here's the book that it's in. And let's see if I can show you the previous. So here is the actual book pattern or project that's in there. You can see how in this cover photo, they use the same color for each of those blocks. Another project that you can actually use is the one that's behind Mr. GP. And you can see that in that one, this would be fantastic to have all these different bright colors with a really dark black background. If you don't want to do dark black, do the white, do the cream, whatever you want to do with that. It's really all up to you. But that one is, let me pull that project up in here, is in the Stripology Mixology 3, I think is what it is. Project, here we go. Yep, it's the Mixology 2, sorry. So it's in this book, along with honey. If you pull up the picture of honey really quick. I picked this one because it's very different, and you would never think to use this project for these really bright colors. But I really like that you had the black accent fabric in there, and then all the other pieces would be your bright colors, and I think this would be an amazing pattern to do with this fabric. So I wanted to kind of give you a different look to show you that. And then we had Crystal, which is behind me, and that one would be fantastic because, again, you can use your white color, but all of these could be gradated. You could take all of your bright colors and you can gradate them, and it would be so fun to do. So that's another option for you to use with these fabrics. And then I also picked out some smaller projects. I always like to give you guys some smaller project ideas. So if we go to the overhead, we've got Flight Path. This would be great. It already kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like using these bright colors. This is a single pattern, but it's a PDF only. So when you go onto the website, you want to look up Flight Path, and it will be only available as a PDF. So it'll go into your GE account. Peekaboo. This one has been actually on my list to do for a really long time. But I thought this one would be really, really fun, doing all these bright colors in the center and then either doing the dark background or a light background. And this is a quilt as you go. And we have Little Diana. And this one, again, you would just use all of the fabric. You wouldn't need to actually put any background or accent fabric in there. It would just be really, really fun. Okay, I've got a notion for you. So today I'm going to talk about these magic pins. And the reason I pick these is because I actually have versions of these magic pins, but I don't actually have these. And so I just started using these. And if you show the next photo, thank you. This is a really great document that you can look at, and it tells you how every single one of these are used. So the ones I'm showing you are the fine tip, which is the green. They're more of your patchwork pins, so when you're matching seams or anything like that. And then you have the blue ones, which are super long. I love these ones. These ones I love because they're super, super sharp and they're really long, and I like a really long pin. So the nice part about these is that heads are set up so that they're super easy to grip. They have the grips on there so they don't slip out. If you have really long fingernails, these work really great for that. Arthritis, it's really hard to grip onto things. Those are awesome. But the best part about these pins, which that's why I have the mat on here, and of course I didn't set this up, they are heat resistant. So you can literally iron over these and nothing is going to happen to these pins. Nothing. They won't melt. They won't do anything. So you can use them in quilting. You can use them in bag making. I love how flat they lay. You don't have any issues with that. So magic pins. And of course, I had to show you the Zirkle. You guys, this is the best magnetic pin holder. And look how strong these things are. Look at that. I mean, like, you can't hardly even take these apart. So they're really great for picking up your pins. And they keep your pins inward so that you don't poke yourself. So it's another option for you guys to have with your magic pins. And that is, I got a notion. Do you guys have any questions about the magic pins, the projects, the books, anything? Do you see anything out there?
I haven't seen anything, just a lot of people love these pins.
Yes, these pins are fantastic. And like I said, there's a lot of different, they have all kinds of different ones and they all do something different. So let's go over the fabric really quick again so that you can see them again. So the first one we have is the bright blue, and I have these in order of how you would put them together if you wanted a gradation on the quilt. So this would be my dark orbit, called Orbit, dark blue. The next one is my medium color, which is Aurora. The next one would be my light color in my blues, and it's called Electric. And then we move into the pink. So my dark is going to be Rocket, which is your dark pink. My medium is going to be the purple color. And remember, these do have a little texture to them, but they're going to read like an actual solid. That's Galaxy. And then we have our light pink, which is going to be my light color, which is Glow. Now we move to the oranges. This one is going to be Blaze, so our dark. Our medium is going to be Signal. I wish I could remember that. And then we have the light yellow, which is Neon. And now with the greens, you're going to have Alien, which is so fitting. And we have the medium color green in here, which is Borealis. And then we have the light color yellow, which it's a green, Day Glow, but it reads a little bit more yellow in there. And then I used this project, if you want to show the project behind me. So this is Camilla out of the Stripology Mixology book. And you can set this up any way you want to, whether you want it like exactly like this, or you can have all the same color in each one of the blocks. I use Lineage for my background. So this one has all of the different colors in it. You can go just straight kind of black with the grunge, which has got texture to it, so it's not just a straight black solid. You could do a white background with the canvas whitewash. Or you could go fun and do Fizz Punch, which has the rainbow colors. So it's going to pull all of these different colors together. A couple projects is going to be Jackie behind Mr. GP. So that one you can do the dark background or a light background or the rainbow, all of them. Crystal, which is behind me, which is also good, would be a very fun project to do that great gradated color. And the small projects that we have for you, if I could pull them out, is Flight Path. And this, if you have the Stripology, Master Your Stripology book, you just pull out, this is going to show you exactly how to do these flying geese, super easy. So single pattern, PDF only. We have Peekaboo, which is a single pattern quilt as you go. And then we have Little Diana, which is a single pattern. Yeah. Yes, it's called Phosphor by Libs, Elliot, and it's by Andover Fabrics. Okay.
What was your notion again?
Oh yeah, my notion. How did I forget about that? Magic pins. So we have two different kinds. We've got the patchwork pins, which are going to have a shorter base on them. And we have the regular flathead, which has a really long needle on them. They're super sharp, fine. So they're really great for doing that fine piecing. But I have used these on the quilt as you goes, and they go right through it. They don't bend or anything. So they're really great. And then we have the very strong magnetic Zircle, which is your pin holder. They do not come in a bundle. They're sold individually with the 1 Yard Wednesday $8.99 price. Except for the backgrounds that I showed you. Those are at regular price.
Could just get one of each and then make your own bundle.
Yeah, make your own bundle. Get one of each, for sure. So thank you guys for joining us today. I want to remind you of some upcoming shows. We have our Happy Friday at noon with Gudrun and Mr. HP. We have Tipsy Tuesday next week, and we also have One Yard Wednesday, and we always have something fun for you at each show. April 9th is the One Yard Wednesday. Of course, I don't remember dates. And thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye.